are you on the phone to me? And they're like, and I'm like, guys, I can't do this booking. Like, there's no way all of you are 18. And they're like, well, like, we're almost 18. I'm like,
almost
no.
and 18 are slightly different. Welcome to
Flappachinos, episode 8.
All right, today we're doing juicy gossip.
Juicy gossip.
The
Everybody
juiciest.
wants the juicy gossip.
Everyone always wants the juicy gossip.
They want to know behind the scenes.
We always have
going
so
on.
much juicy.
What do you girls really like? You don't want to know. It's not
Honestly.
that fun or interesting. But like, we're not that, like, when we're at
You
home.
say that, but then it's a Tuesday night and I come home and you're smashing nangs and you're like, do you want to get the ketamine out and watch a movie? And I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm like, we're really boring.
We're really boring, but we can't have alcohol and drugs in the house.
yeah. Yeah, no alcohol, no drugs in the house.
And sometimes boys.
Yeah, no boys in the house.
And no boys in the house.
That's the best rule.
But yet we have boys coming in and going and you're
All the
sharing.
time. And we are sharing.
We are sharing.
Sharon's Karen.
Sharing goes from one room, jumps to the other.
Yeah. Or like, if you fuck someone and then you're like, he fucked me too hard, I'm not really into it, you might like it more.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or, you know, you
Other way
fuck
round.
someone and you're like, he's really passionate, you would like it.
You would like it.
Send
It
them
seems
to
rude not to
me.
give him back.
Yeah, you can have him back.
Thank you. I
mean,
appreciate that.
We'll ask him too.
Do you think he'll mind? I don't even think he'll be bothered about having to come
I
back.
don't think he'll mind.
No.
Yeah.
Got enough in for everyone.
Yeah. Well, we could just make like a roster.
Yes.
Yeah. He could be with you on Mondays.
Me on Tuesdays. Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Give him a day break.
And then, yeah, I can have another day.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And then we'll get some more people on the roster.
Yeah.
We'll just mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. And then
But as you were saying, we're really boring.
yeah.
So boring.
Yeah. We'll get
We're not party animals at all.
When we party.
Yeah.
We do party hard. But I would say people think that that's what we do every day. It's not.
Yeah. Not every day.
No.
Speak
But
for yourself.
when we do it, we go hard.
We're literally drinking right now and it's like midday.
I know. And I drank last night as well.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I went for that dinner.
Oh.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I
Boring.
wasn't sure.
Can I have him now then? Not yet.
Well, I'm still not sure if I'm going to get something.
Okay.
I couldn't tell
Not yet.
if it was respectful or
All right.
friendship.
You let me know when you're friend zoned and I can have him.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Even if I'm not friend zoned, you can still have him.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good friend. Good friend. I feel like that's ambiguous enough that you can use your brains on what we're talking about. All right, we're going to start with the weirdest place you've done a skimpy job.
Ooh, this one's kind of easy for me. Well, the first thing that comes to my head is if you ever, I'm going to say you haven't heard of Nullagine.
No.
It's like this, yeah, it's outside Marble Bar. I can't remember. I'd actually need to Google it because I don't want to say. But it's like they picked me up in Port Hedland, like brought me out to Nullagine. And
They drove you all the way from Port Hedland to where?
Nullagine. It's outside Marble Bar.
How long was the drive?
I can't remember. I can't remember if it was something silly or if it was like only a few hours. I don't know.
But that's funny that like we're just so trusting that we let a complete
know.
stranger
I
pick you
wasn't-
up.
I wasn't skimpying that long either. But
Yeah.
Port Hedland was the closest town. And they said, yeah, for the job, someone will come in and get you. And I was like, yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I just get in this man's car, drive into the middle of the outback.
Yep. Wolf Creek.
And
no one's seen that. Okay, clearly not.
Yeah.
Good job you haven't seen a lot of horror films. Carry on.
I know.
You get into a stranger's car, you drive all the way out to the bush.
But I knew that it was booked through Skimpy Heaven as well.
Yeah.
So she had some kind of like hold over it. But yeah, I went out there and it was one of the like, I don't want to say weirdest, but it was definitely different.
Yeah.
Like people were telling me, and I don't know what parts of this are true, but people were telling me that like it's such an old place that the Aboriginals and the white people like don't share the same toilet. They still have like separate toilets.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know if they still separate them or if the separate toilets were just still there from back in those times.
Yeah. I've never
And
even
the
heard of
bars,
this place.
yeah, they used to do that years ago.
Crazy.
And they used to have like a different bar for both. Yeah.
Fuck.
But
That's
like up there it was
wild.
still, I think they were mixed, but like the segregation in the building was still there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, they hadn't like abolished the building.
This also like is connected to the story and it's like a little bit wholesome, a little bit fucked. So I worked there. I had heaps of fun. Like the whole town loved it because obviously shit like that never happens. And the guy that owned the pub, I actually remember his name was Phil because that's my dad's name.
Aww.
And he had like his grandchildren there, but they were like young boys. and I could see them like looking in and then like giggling and like running past and
it's
stuff.
so funny. Country kids they're just like kind
They
of used
love
to, but
it.
they're not at the same time. It's so funny.
And Phil loved it. He was one of those like
Country
just
dads.
loved the Skimpies.
Yeah.
But then a few years later, right, I'm in Perth and my phone rings. I answer and I can't hear. It's just people giggling, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Answered again, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Sierra," and I'm like, I could tell they were. I was like, "Hey," they're like, "Are you coming back to Nullagine?" And I'm like,
Oh,
I think it had been like a year or so at this time, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." Like, I'm like, "Where did you get my number?" And they're like, "We took it off our granddad's phone," and I was like, "Cute." I was like, "Okay, whatever." So we had that conversation. Fast forward another, I'm going to say a few years, like 3-4 more years. Answer my phone. I take a booking. I was at a job and they were like, "Can you come to Crown and do a job?" You know the story?
yeah.
Can you come
this
to
is so
Crown
funny.
and do a job? So I'm like, yeah, get my show gear. I'm like walking into Crown, my toolbox full of all my gear, my bag. And I hate walking through Crown anyway.
It's just,
because I always look like a fucking skank.
There is nothing
There's
more
nothing
humiliating than
fun
walking
about it.
through the
The other
Crown.
night when I walked through, I don't know
know why you have to wear that whole dress. Like you just scream, "I'm a slut," which is fine.
I looked like I was gonna arrive and piss on someone in their room.
Yeah,
that's what I looked like.
You do.
I do
You've
look
just
like
got to
that.
start wearing knickers with that dress. The split is too short.
That would be a start. But
And with the shoes and the leggings and tights.
anyway, I get there and I'm like calling this number to call me. I'm like, oh, direct booking. This is great. So I'm like calling them like, "Hey, I'm here." And they're like, yeah, we're here. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, I don't see any like men on their phone. And then I see like this pile of like kids giggling, and I'm like,
No.
"Are you on the phone to me?" And they're like, and I'm like, "Guys, I can't do this booking. Like, there's no way all of yous are 18. And they're like, "Well, like, we're almost 18. I'm like,
Almost
No.
and 18 are slightly
they're
different.
like, "We've got a hotel room. Can you just come in and like be in the hotel room?" And I'm like, "Guys, like, you're super cute. Like, this is so funny. But if I go into that hotel room, like, I could be arrested." And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, please." Like, and then they're so young and they have like no concept of like money and stuff. They're like, "What if we give you $50 extra?" And I'm thinking it's not worth me being arrested, but it was so adorable.
Oh, one day though, they'll come back.
When they turn 18.
Yeah, when they turn 18, we'll do you a show. We'll do you a show, boys.
Yeah, I don't even know how they got the room. They must have booked it under someone else's name.
You book
or-
hotel if you're on date 18.
Can you?
Yeah, surely.
Fuck, imagine that story. Like
I'm so
that I went
lucky.
in and done it for them, and I had to put them on the do not serve board because I didn't want other girls to take
Yeah.
a job in Crown, just walk into the room and then.
They're all too young.
But yeah, I'm definitely when they all turn 18, I'll
Go in there and
show
do
all
your
of
thing.
them my whole.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
show them what you're working with. Mummy's
all.
here now.
Call me mummy.
Weirdest
about
place
you?
I've done a job.
Where?
I've done some pretty weird ones. Like you walk into these like warehouses and it's like a man cave / warehouse.
/ there has to be sex parties thrown here.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing. Like, it's like, what are you using this warehouse for? But it's got like rooms with PlayStations set up with karaoke. We went to obviously the one the other day where there was multiple fuck buses.
Yeah.
Multiple disco buses being used just purely
The
for
fuck bus was great.
the fuck bus was great. But yeah, there's like so many of these weird, like almost like clubhouses, but they're just for like old Italian men.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just don't know what you're going to find in the next
And you
room.
walk in, you're like, oh, this is like an antique game station with like PlayStations, but like and like arcade
That
games.
was weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a hot tub.
Yeah. And a children's playground.
And then there was a children's
Yeah.
playground. That was so weird.
How was all this under one building?
What else have we walked into and it's strange? We've done some weird, like we've done a lot of like work sites where you're just
I've worked in like shearing sheds.
Yeah, like
with,
dongers where you
no
just got-
toilet. Yeah.
that was like what was it, like a rock factory or something? The one last time I went to up north.
We just never know where we're going to end up.
You really don't.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Yeah, I remember actually when I took a job in the shearing sheds. I didn't know I took a job in the shearing sheds, but I turned up to this like bush books party. I show up, I'm like walking around and I'm like, because I used to work in the shearing sheds, I'm like, oh, I miss that smell. Like, it like feels so good. Like, but it was like a different environment because I was skimpying in there. And then like Perth, WA is so fucking small.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around, maybe like an hour later, I said to someone, I was like, I love it. Like, I love the smell of the shed. Like, it reminds me of when I done it. And they were like, yeah, fuck, that's true. And I was like, what's true? And they were like, the guy that you used to contract and shear for was actually here. And when he seen you get out of the car, he was like, I have to leave. And he left because he used to be my old boss.
Oh, that's actually so cute.
I know. He didn't say and he just completely slipped under the radar and left. I wouldn't have cared if he was there.
Yeah, that's so cute.
I know.
Men are so respectful.
I know.
That's so cute.
It can be.
It can be. Oh.